Good morning. Well, it's still morning here in Indiana. This is going to be my weekly twin flame reading. Sorry. I did want to say that if I didn't say this in the last video, but I'm doing interactive readings where we actually communicate, video chat while I do the reading, while I pull the cards, and you can ask questions, and I can get a feel for your energy and feel where you're at in your journey. And this is kind of my specialty. I'll be able to tell you exactly what it is that you need to work on as long as you're open-minded, because I've had people that I've tried to help in the past that just do not want to take my messages. It's like they want to come to me for advice. They want to hear what I have to say, but then they either discredit me or they reject the information. So I've gotten to the place and to the point in my life where I'm not going to force my message on anybody. I'm going to save my energy for people who are really, truly interested in balancing their own energy and really coming into union with themselves, which is the whole point of the twin flame journey. And only then can you have physical union. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started with the reading. Sorry if you hear my dogs in the background. They're being a little noisy this morning. We have the Temperance card. And the Temperance card is all about balancing the spiritual and the physical realms. But on this twin flame journey, you want to only focus on the spiritual part of it. This is not a physical journey at all. I don't know how many times I see people. I've had to leave all these other groups and stuff. I just couldn't do it anymore. You know, when you get to the point where you raise your vibrations to a point and you ascend to a point, you just can't stand to be around lower energies anymore. And I've become more and more introverted as this journey's gone along, and that's pretty normal. I have really clear cut boundaries now with people. I see people all the time talking and focusing on physical signs. Oh, I saw my twin flame's name everywhere. Or I see numbers, or I see this, or I see his birth date, or, you know, I see mine, I see his area code everywhere. That is all good in the beginning. But after you've been on this journey for a while, those type of things should not excite you anymore. The reason why is because it's not even about that. This is an inward journey. This is a journey inward towards your soul. And the way I've had it explained to me is when you see those signs, it is your own soul saying hi to you, letting you know you're on the right path, letting you know that it's there. Connect to me, connect to me. I'm the only way to the physical form of the twin flame is through the soul. And so that's what those signs are for. It's about balancing. It's really about balancing both parts. Let me go back to that because something else just came up. The yin, the 1111 has become synonymous with the twin flame journey, but really it should be the yin and the yang sign, because that's what it is. It is you combining the two parts of your soul. One part is within you, and the other part is within the physical form of your twin flame. They are your shadow side. They are showing you parts of yourself that you have denied, that you need to face. And so this Temperance card is about balancing and blending, and that's what we're doing on this journey. We're taking our fears and we're transmuting them into love. And I'm going to talk more about how to do that. Because to clarify that, we have the lotus flower, unfoldment. And I know last year when I was in my darkest hours, you know, my twin flame, or the physical form of my twin flame. And start saying that. Start saying the physical form of your twin flame, because the other part of your soul could literally be in the body of a penguin. The only reason the other part of your soul is in the body that it's in now with the physical form of the twin flame is because you had to have a physical form that you would be attracted to initially to start this off. And that's what you decided on. And so, but do stop focusing on the physical form, because when we focus on the physical form, we're focusing on something outside of ourselves. And like I said, this is an inner journey. This is a journey of blending both parts of the soul. But when I was in my darkest hour last year, and it seemed like the physical form of my twin flame had left me for a woman who I had created in my mind. I imagined her. I dreamed her up. She was exactly like I imagined she would be. The whole fear of him leaving me for somebody, it was exactly her. She was the exact one. And so when I was in that energy of despair, I was really, really aligned to and resonant with the lotus flower, because the lotus flower can sprout up and grow out of mud. And so I knew that somehow I was going to bloom and I was going to blossom out of the situation. And that's how you have to look at the physical circumstances. This is here to help me grow, and this is here to help me blossom. We have the Three of Discs, which is the same as the Pentacles. And basically what I'm getting here is I have gotten to the point in my journey, okay, that whenever something physical happens now, I see it automatically as a test or an initiation. And I'm like, nope, I'm not going to fall for it. Nope, I don't believe it. Because I know the physical illusions are not real. So when something happens, I'm like, okay. And I had said in the last video, okay and all right are going to be your best friends. You get to the point where you need to get to the point where you are no longer bothered by what's happening in the physical realm. Nothing bothers you. And understand, I'm not talking about other areas of your life. I'm only talking about the twin flame journey. So you see how she's sitting there and she just seems unbothered by this caterpillar. That is the energy that you need to get into. Because otherwise, when it happens, we make it grow. We look at it as our twin flame, or the physical form of our twin flame, is trying to hurt us. They're trying to hurt us, or we go into that victim mentality, like they're a narcissist, they're an asshole, she's a bitch, they're crazy. You know, all of these things, they're mentally abusive to me. I know, I really thought that. I really did. I really thought he was a narcissist. And at one point, I really felt like I was being mentally abused. And once you stop blaming them, you realize that it's all you, and you point the finger back at yourself. And you look at your energy and whatever stories you've had playing in the background. If you did not watch my last video, I talked about rewriting the stories that have been playing in the background. I know I just changed my stories this week. And my stories that are playing in the background now, and I've actually been using them as affirmations, are he and I are one. We are yin and yang. Separation has been the illusion. All physical circumstances have been the illusions. We have been together the whole time, and we still are. And so I tell myself this over and over again. And every time I start thinking about him, I change direction. I stop. And it's getting better. Like, I don't think about him near as often, but when I do, I realize that those are my fears trying to feed. Looking to create lower vibrational stories to align to. And so as I've been doing this, we've been having higher vibrational demos, simulations. Like, we have a whole trip planned together in August. We're going to sneak away. So with that being said, do watch the stories you're telling yourself and stop blaming. Stop the blame game. And like I said, when things come up, be like she is with this caterpillar. Be unbothered. Unbothered is the word. This is the magical energy. We have the Six of Wands. And there's a certain amount of despair to this card. And I believe this has to do with the illusion of separation. You see, we've got these two parts here. And see how sad she looks? She's out there by herself. She feels all alone because there are a lot of times on this journey it feels very, very lonely. And you're like, oh my God, I just want somebody to turn to, because you can't really talk to anybody about it because nobody understands. They all think you're crazy. They're all tired of hearing about it. God knows you can't talk to the physical form of the twin flame about it, because when you do, you're pushing out on them and you push them away. And besides, it's not their responsibility to make you whole, to make you happy. Stop looking at them as being that. When you do that, you're looking outside of yourself, okay? Remember, this is about blending both parts of your soul, the dark and the light, the shadow and in the light sides, and don't judge one. One is not better than the other. And try to get away from judgment, because when you judge things, for one thing, you're creating stories. Second of all, you're creating more separation. There's only oneness. Just keep telling yourself there's only oneness. And stop longing for them. I know it's hard. This is where I'm at right now, where I still have a few remnants left, where I keep catching myself. It's kind of playing in the background. Well, I wonder if he's going to call. I wonder if he's going to text. And I have to stop myself, because I absolutely do not contact him at all anymore. I have stopped entirely, because that is that is chasing and seeking. So I really had to pull back my energy and fall back and get to the point where I am happy and whole and complete right now, where I am, without even hearing from him. And I realize it's hard, but how do you do this? You do this by having faith. Sorry, my allergies are really bad today. And my team, basically, I have been unemployed since January. I worked 2 jobs for like 3 years. And I lost a job in November, I lost a job in January, and I lost the rest of my monthly income the beginning of February. And so I literally have been dependent upon the universe for everything. And there have been so many times where I've said, I'm worried. What about my car? What about my house? I'm just so worried about it. And basically the message that has came through from Spirit is, have we always supported you? And I said, yes. They said, have you noticed when you stop worrying about it, you have more energy to focus on what you want and to manifest what you want? And the other thing is, your soul knows that it wants itself. It desires the other part of itself. So this is not even something you have to focus on. You don't have to focus on twin flame union. In fact, you shouldn't. You need to be all right without it. Let your soul go get that for you. Stop worrying about it. Use your energy to manifest money, to manifest your dream job, to manifest other things in your life that you can manifest, because like I've said before, you cannot manifest twin flame union. How do you manifest yourself? It's just another piece of bullshit that's floating around out there on the web. Twin flame manifestation. You cannot. It is yourself. It is not a physical journey. It is not seeking something outside of yourself. It is merging and blending both parts of your soul back together. And physical comes later. Only after you no longer want it. After you just no longer give a damn. You're like, you know what? I'm all right. I'm happy. I feel whole and complete. I'm peaceful. I'm blissful. And I don't give a damn if they're here or not. Only then. That is the twin flame paradox. Now we have the Queen of Wands. And this is what I was saying earlier about manifestation. Use your energy right now to focus on and manifest what you can in the physical world. You can manifest things in the physical world. And I talk about them all the time on my zodiac videos. So if you don't watch my zodiac videos, find your sign. And you literally can watch any of them, because my messages are for anybody. So do be very careful about what you're focusing your energy on. Have you noticed? I noticed that when I'm really, really in those lower energies and focused on my twin flame, it takes over my whole world, and I literally feel like I can't get anything done. My housework goes to shit. I'm not bringing in money like I was, because all I want to do is sit around the house and be depressed. So clear that shit, man. Get up, get out, and get something. And start living today and stop focusing on them. That is the biggest problem. If you don't resonate with anything else, start living. Stop waiting. To clarify that, we have spiritual teacher. Your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. Now, I had gotten to the point where I didn't know really what I was supposed to do. Having soul recognition with your twin flame is the first step to ascension, okay? We are far away from being ascended masters. Ascended masters like Buddha and Jesus. You get on this twin flame journey and people start telling you you can walk on water and you're some kind of superhero and you have to go into physical union with your twin flame to complete some kind of magical mission or whatever. That is for the next lifetime. That is the next stage of ascension. We're nowhere close to that. Nowhere close. I mean, we're not even having physical relationships with our twin flame yet. Most of us. I mean, I have one, but it's still kind of in and out as I balance. Because if you're watching this video, you are the one who balances for both. Now, with that being said, with this being the first step of ascension, if you're doing your inner work, really doing your inner work and not focused on victim mentality, not playing the blame game, not sitting around waiting for your twin flame to come and save you, but you're really working with these different cycles, working through your triggers, working through any fears. Our twin flame holds a mirror up for us to really see what we need to work on. Look at them as more of a device. If you had a magical device that would show you what you need to work on and what you need to balance your energy and to help you with your ascension, it would be the physical form of your twin flame. Stop looking at them as some sort of fairy tale, but look at them as a device. So the next time you have a physical relating experience with your twin flame, look at what they're showing you. Oh, okay. I see. So then go back and work on it. And then, every time you go through and you work on it, you're better and better every single time. And you're getting closer and closer to your soul energy. You're ascending more and more. Your gifts are coming out. You're remembering your sacred gifts that you have had soul amnesia to. And, I'm saying that there's not like a sacred mission that you're doing together right now. And the reason why I say that is because the physical form of the twin flame is unconscious of what's going on. They're aware that there's a very strong spiritual bond. They know it's something. They know it is, but they're not sitting up watching videos like we are. For the most part, they're probably, on mine, he still goes to church. He's completely unaware of this stuff. And that's all right. There's no judgment, because like I said, we're the ones doing the work. And we're balancing the energy for both. And right now we just have to get to the point where we can keep that energy balanced enough to where we can be together physically. That is the key right now. And until we can do that, we can't even begin to think about some superhero mission that we have. Seriously. And the other thing that's coming up here is to share, the information that you get with others. Do share it, because this is how we are raising the vibrations of the planet. I know I try to be very conscious now about what I post on social media. I've had to stay out of my news feed almost entirely because it lowers my energies. It really does lower my vibrations. And when my vibrations are lowered, it's a lot harder for me to deal with the demos when he does come through. Then I start forgetting that they're illusions and I start buying into them, and then before you know it, I'm in lower energies again. So do watch your energy also. We have the Knight of Discs, the Knight of Pentacles. This is a very slow moving knight. He's very meticulous. He really thinks things through before he makes a move. And so the message that's coming through with this is stop being in such a hurry. The journey is the destination. Always check and recheck your intentions to make sure you are not solely doing this to be with the twin flame. And this is so tricky. It's so tricky. Your fear-based energy is so tricky. It will trick you into thinking that, okay, I'm good, I'm fine. For one thing, we are never going to be stagnant. Our soul always wants us to grow. So yes, you may feel good today, and tomorrow you may feel, like you're in lower energies again, and maybe you're dealing with a trigger, or maybe you're dealing with this, or you're dealing with that. I've had people tell me all the time, once you no longer have triggers, you're no longer triggered, or this no longer happens, or that no longer happens, you're completely healed, or you're whole. You will never be that. Because how boring is that? Your soul doesn't want that for you. Your soul wants you to continue to grow, to continue having more experiences. So that is ego-based. When you're telling yourself, I'm there, I've arrived, I'm just waiting now for my twin flame to arrive on a white horse or stallion, I'm ready, that is your ego telling you that. And that is your fear-based energy feeding. Daughter of the Sacred Heart. Do keep your heart open. I know it's very hard when it seems like the physical form of the twin flame is doing something to hurt us, or they're rejecting us, or I know sometimes I feel like he just doesn't give a damn. But that is when you look in that mirror and you say, you know what? What is this showing me? What is this telling me about my energy? And I had to also make another affirmation, and that is, my soul is in control of both parts. Both parts. My soul is managing his energy and my energy because it's the same. So I had to stop blaming him for shit. My soul let me know, you know what? I did this to show you, to help you. And so when you can do that and you can look at it from a place of love instead of a place of fear or bitterness or unforgiveness, that is when you transmute fears back into love. And that is a beautiful energy. We have the Two of Discs. And this is all about that balancing. Basically, I had some downloads come in yesterday. Because when I first started this journey, I kept telling myself I had an alter ego helping me. My alter ego's helping me. I had my alter ego, and then I had this scared little girl who was always jumping in there, always interceding, and always wreaking havoc. And I'm like, damn, I don't know what's happened, but I have multiple personalities. There's me, there's my alter ego, and then there's this little girl that's like scared and always crying and always upset about everything. So I'm like, there's three of us. Well, then I got to the point where there was just me and the scared little girl. I don't know what happened to my alter ego. She ran off somewhere. So yesterday when I was laying in the bed, the downloads that came through were that alter ego was my soul the whole time, leading me and guiding me. And that scared little girl was my fear-based ego energy. My mental energy that likes to wreak havoc. The ego is the devil. It does not want you to be happy. There's no evil force outside of yourself. It is within. And so when I say that there is no evil. There's only lower energies. So even when you're having interactions with other people in the world, stop calling them evil. They're in a lower state of consciousness and they're in lower energies. And once you raise your vibrations, then you will start having higher vibrational situations with others. That's how this works. But back to the twin flame thing. So there's me. There is my fear-based ego, little girl, scared little girl energy. And then there was what I used to call my alter ego, but was my soul. And my soul's been guiding me the whole time. But basically what I was told yesterday was that my fear-based energy took over for a long time. And when it did, my soul had no choice but to get out of the way and just let me be. And so I had all kinds of experiences. He appeared to leave me for somebody else. I was mad. I was hating. You know how we do. I was mad at the world. And so my ego really wreaked havoc for a while, until I was able to pull it back and really look at it from a different point of view. And then my soul was able to take back over again, which is beautiful. So I feel like this balancing and this juggling is really recognizing what is your soul and what is your ego. Know the difference and know what is coming from where. And don't look that up on the internet. Stop going to Google for spiritual information. Go within and really connect. And that is how you really evolve on this journey. To clarify, that juggling card is the moon. And so this is really, when I think about the yin and the yang, I also think about the moon and the sun. Because the moon and the sun basically are the yin and the yang. Make this your goal. To blend your soul. Tell yourself daily, the purpose of this twin flame journey is to blend my soul. It is not about romance. It is not a fairy tale. That is the reward at the end of this. If I even want it then. A lot of people get to the point where they're so blended and so balanced that they choose to be with a soulmate or choose to be alone. After all of that, they don't even need or want to be with the twin flame anymore. They see the twin flame just as he or she are, as being a device. He or she is, sorry. As a device. The true healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. Well, for one thing, like I said, you will never ever completely be done. Even when you're in a physical relationship with your twin flame, you're still going to have to stay balanced, or they're going to appear to leave again. Appear, I say appear. Because these are just demos in the matrix that we're having, different timelines. We just need to align to the one where we are having a physical relationship with our twin flame, but we cannot be focused on that right now. Anyone who watches my videos know I have my own theory about healing. You are not broken. Nothing needs fixed on you. You just need to shift your perspective. Change your perspective about what is going on. Anything that's happened to you in the past, your soul planned it that way. Your soul planned for you to have those experiences, so stop judging them and stop playing the victim. Look at it from a different viewpoint, from a higher standpoint. And like my twin flame says all the time, get off your pity potty. He says that all the time. We have main male and mature man. And this can be main female or mature female. And so basically what I'm getting with these is that you're still looking at this as a physical relationship. I don't know how many times I see people on this twin flame journey complaining online or whatever else about my twin flame cheated on me or did this or did that. Well, for one thing, it's only in your head for one thing, and that reflects on you and your own insecurities. Second, because they're not really doing anything. Those are the illusions. You're creating all of this in your head. And until you can resonate with that, you're going to continue to suffer and struggle on this journey. Once you can see that, and if you really look at it, I know I got to the point with my twin flame that he was morphing into all of my exes. Like, what the hell? Why does he seem like all of my exes? It's because I was creating as I went. That's the reason why you need to stay out of your head. Something happens now in the physical. What you need to do is not focus on it. Be like, okay, I know it's not real, and focus on something else. Now do honor your feelings. Whatever comes up, feel it and release it. And that is how you transmute fear back into love. It's beautiful energy. But stop looking at it as a physical relationship like you want to own them. Like they need to exclusively be yours. Because for right now, you're both free to do whatever you need to do to actually evolve and grow. And the only energy you need to focus on is your own, which is your physical form of your twin flame. You're the same energy. I tell myself daily, other affirmations I tell myself are, it does not make any difference what he is doing, not doing, thinking, feeling, or what he knows. Because when you feed into those things, guess what? You're feeling bad again. You're feeling shitty again. You're like, God. And you're back in those lower energies. So, and jealousy is the most lowest energy of all. It is such a devil energy. And what is devil energy? Ego energy. So do clear that shit. All right, we have the postcard oracle card, which I read at the end. I need to get a new deck of something like this because I love these cards. Dearest you, we have a secret to share with you. If you act as if all is well, it will be. Wow. Act as if you are brave and you will have courage. Act as if you are loved and you will be a magnet for love and experience the love of spirit. Wow. Act as if your prayers have been answered, as if you are truly in sync with good fortune. How you think is how you will see the world. Wow. Interact with it and draw conclusions from it. If you want to be the person who has the life you want, co-creating and loving what is yours, you need to start acting as if that was the truth. Don't worry about the conditions in your life that seem empty or cavernous, chaotic or barren. They're temporary and don't even count. Wow. Defy them and act as if you're the luckiest person on the planet. You will be for you already are. That's the real secret. You are infinite potential, loving you so much. Rainbows explode in the ether. Wow. So, check the stories you're telling yourself. Create new ones and let those play in the background. This is your weekly twin flame reading. And like I said, if you want to make an energy donation or if you want to have a one-on-one with me, I'll include the information in the description of the video. Thank you for watching.